2 out of 5 stars.
That's not many.
Lame, like it was written by a 13-year-old. This was the stupidest movie I've seen in a long time. The acting was lame, the plot was prepubescent, and the cinematography was less than TV quality. This was the worst of the Resident Evil movies by far.
Okay,
wow.
So they didn't see the first one, obviously.
Welcome, once again, to the facility. Not to be confused with the Umbrella Corporation facility. That's, it's 2 doors down, and we get a lot of their mail, so there's a lot of confusion in that, but we don't make zombies here at the S.A.S.S. Corporation.
I got an order of black sunglasses, and I'm wearing them right now. They are so dark. I don't know how whoever fucking ordered these from Umbrella, I don't know how they see. And I especially don't know how they would see if they were wearing them in a place that was dark.
Well, welcome everybody. We are here to discuss some very important films. I feel like maybe we were a little hard on the first Resident Evil movie, and maybe it was a bad start.
Yeah, maybe we were a little too tough on that one scene that we talked about.
Maybe we talked a little too much about one scene, but let me tell you, there is plenty to talk about in Resident Evil 2 Apocalypse.
I want to talk to y'all right now because
okay.
It's been a while since we saw the movie. That movie fucking had everything though, didn't it? It had not one. See, the first movie we got one girl boss because it was number 1, but in this movie, well, no, we had a few girl bosses. But anyway, we have another in this movie, Jill Valentine. She's here and she smokes cigarettes. Everybody.
Yes, it does. This movie decided that it really liked the dog scene from the first movie, so it was like, we're gonna make every scene like the dog scene from the first movie.
So, God, yeah, so every single scene that was, I guess, frantic, God. Action-oriented, there was always just, this, it was always something fast. It was a dog.
Some, frenetic camera work and frenetic thing that's chasing them. The dog.
There's lots of stunts. There's lots of there's lots of stunts in this one.
So I didn't know that the T-virus could go underground and get guys in coffins. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a graveyard scene, and it's pretty scary. They're just standing around, and all of a sudden, people start popping out of the ground with their arms outstretched, and they're zombies. And it's like, wow, I didn't know it went that far.
Yeah, this is where the dried up zombies were that you got excited about, wasn't it, Rene?
Yeah, I gotta say this is my favorite part. Because, I love a good classic zombie. Flesh-rotting corpse, skeletal type faces with the eyes still there. Like on the cover of games like Resident Evil or Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, the scary fucking zombie. Like that zombie that turns around at you in the first game, and it's like... and its head's all dry and shit.
Actually, yeah. So this was a nice like graveyard scene to have in this, like a classic zombie movie scene in some movies that are maybe not too classic zombie-esque and more
not at all.
action.
The thing about this movie is it did deliver on more zombies. There are tons more zombies. There's tons more zombie scenes. There's at least like 2 or 3 instances where it's like, oh no, character is bit. Will they turn into a zombie? And it's like, yes, they will.
There are a few times that there are so many zombies in the movie that the movie starts to lag. Because the zombies start to, like, not move right. Their frame rate looks weird in a couple of scenes.
Yes, I think that is the cinematography of, like, that is as intended. The slow motion movement of, like, some of the zombies as directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. Not to be confused with Wes Anderson, as I've done.
Yes, we have in the past.
Paul W.S. Anderson and his beautiful wife, who plays Alice.
Yes, Alice is here as well, and it seems that Umbrella has done some things to her. So, you know, she was already kicking dogs' heads off and stuff in the first movie, but let me just explain a scene to you. So Jill Valentine and this reporter lady and this other friend of Jill's who works for STARRSS, oh goodness, his name was like Preston or something like that. It's not important. He dies. They're in like a church hiding and...
It's Peyton. Yeah.
Peyton! Ah, God, almost got it.
God, how long's it been since y'all have met a Preston? I feel like I haven't met a Preston literally since, in like maybe 8 years. I feel like it's been like 8 years since I've known a Preston in reality.
I haven't known one ever.
So Preston, I mean, Peyton he's in the church with them, and it's actually really cool. It's got, you know, liquors, and it's scary, you know.
They're fast.
It's a good liquor scene, because there's like 3 of them, and you know, they like to travel in packs and one. They have sensitive hearing, so it's a fun action scene. You know, suddenly they're all out of bullets, and it's, you know, tense. You're like, oh my god, they're about to get killed, and then suddenly, like, you hear like a like Alice comes bursting through the like stained glass window on a motorcycle, and then she like does like flips and stunts and kicks her motorcycle into one of them, and it like explodes and shit. And that is what you get in this movie. It is a bunch of exactly that.
Yeah, basically I think they tried to do the Underworld movies with this one. Like, aren't those movies very similar? I've never watched them, but like they always seemed like they were full of, like, oh yeah, this girl's kicking ass, fighting monsters.
I haven't seen it, but, like, let me tell you, this movie, it's kind of exemplary of, like, the action turn that the Resident Evil games take, but, like, here it's just, like, fully there. It's not giving any damns about horror. It's the action one. Like, liquors, like, yeah, they're kind of scary, but, like, let me, like, kick a motorcycle into it and then, like, watch it, like, go up into the air and then shoot it with a single bullet and watch it blow up.
Yeah, and completely. Also, let's follow the bullet like we're fucking watching Wanted. Let's, like, travel with the bullet as it hits the liquor and explodes for some unknown reason.
It's a motorcycle. It's got gas.
Did she shoot the motorcycle or the liquor?
She shot the motorcycle, I think.
Yes.
Does it matter? It exploded. It was cool.
Yeah, it was badass, wasn't it?
And there's other moments like that. Like they're rescuing a little girl, and Jill, you know, is doing basically the Jurassic Park kitchen scene, but with a bunch of dogs, and she like turns all the ovens on, and then like flicks a match and like throws it behind her, and then it like, what happens? It doesn't go all the way, does it?
Yeah, the light goes out.
It like burns out before it reaches the gas. But then Alice comes in, she lights a cigarette, she like takes a drag out of it, flicks it into the gas, gets one of those like fire burrito blankets, like wraps it around the child like really quickly, ignoring Jill, before like the thing just envelops them in flames.
By the way, y'all know that that little British child AI from the first movie?
Oh yeah, is that her?
Yeah.
That's like her human self, right?
Yeah, that was the guy who, like, she's the daughter of the guy who made the AI, who made the Umbrella facility, and for some reason, he made this AI duplicate of her while she was still alive.
like that sounds like something a sad scientist would do after the untimely death of his child, and not a scientist who like can look to his left and see his child.
You see, I thought it would be a lot easier to design the AI if I had a reference right there. So I just took a picture of my daughter and uploaded it to the computer, and now it's her.
So the main drive behind this movie is, it takes place in Raccoon City. It's been quarantined. Umbrella Corporation soldier people are like not letting people out anymore. It's all contaminated. Dr. Guy, his daughter is still in the city, so he like enlists basically a few different people trying to try and get them to get his daughter and extract them out of there. So we have Carlos and his gang, which are Umbrella soldiers who pretty much get left behind, and so now they're kind of like, okay, well, screw those guys. We're just going to try and survive and get out of here. They're one of the people trying to get the daughter. And then you have Jill, Alice, news reporter lady, Peyton.
you have Nikolai.
Nikolai is with Carlos. He's also a soldier. And then you have comic relief character.
Hold on. Wait. Pause. I want to look up his name.
His name's LJ.
Right.
I literally almost said S.A.S.S because that's a character from Final Fantasy 13 who fulfills the exact same role. Though they kind of gave this guy a little thing at the end, didn't they? They were just like, oh yeah, he's here. He's in it.
They have comic relief character guy, LJ, and you see him kind of at the beginning in the police station with Jill. She like frees him, and then he just wanders around Raccoon City somehow surviving.
Yeah,
he's shown to have pistols, but you never really see him use them.
Oh yeah, he has 2 gold pistols, doesn't he? He's like, I'm gonna get around here with my 2 gold pistols.
He is ostensibly the comic relief, just like, oh, okay, now that we've had our dramatic scene with the child, let's turn to LJ driving away, but like crashing into a pole because he saw some zombie strippers.
Yeah,
and other such jokes like that.
He runs over a zombie and goes, GTA, motherfucker, or something like that.
God. Grand Theft Auto!
What if he like named a very specific like GTA? Like he's like GTA 4.
Yeah,
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
GTA 5, GTA 3, The Ballad of Gay Tony. As you drive over like 2 or 3 zombies.
Now there is a very important scene with LJ, which I think is funny because it's both a scary scene and also somehow one of the funniest scenes in the movie. Now, do you remember our dear friend Matt?
I know exactly what you're gonna talk. What are you gonna talk about? Like the alliance that we were thinking of? Are we gonna mention like the point of the movie now?
So if you remember, at the end of the last movie, they took away Matt. I guess he was an environmentalist. I did not remember that at all. But
he was a cop who was like, Umbrella's doing some whack shit, so I'm gonna like uncover them with the help of my sister, who's in the Umbrella Corporation, and
who died.
Enlist him in the Nemesis program.
Yeah, so they enlisted him in the Nemesis program at the end of the first movie. And yes, he is here. Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, the game. which, yeah, who cares about the games? Whatever. But Resident Evil Nemesis from this movie, I gotta say, is a pretty fun character, because they were pretty faithful to his design. He's just like a guy in a big suit, and it's pretty fun to look at. He's got a big machine gun and a bazooka.
This is like one of those dad costumes that like the dad would wear during trick-or-treating, like something that like some kid's dad would spend like $250 on.
It's pretty good.
It's a pretty good costume. I like it.
Umbrella is testing Nemesis. They want to see what he's capable of. So LJ runs into some STARRSS members, which are like, elite, human helpers. They're soldier military, I guess, and they're there to help the people of Raccoon City. So he finds a group of them, and he's kind of hiding out with them, and Nemesis comes along, and Umbrella's like, all right, Nemesis, kill all the STARRSS members. So of course you get Nemesis like, STARRSS, and he starts shooting them all, and he literally shoots around LJ.
Yeah,
LJ is a citizen and not a STARRSS member.
God, that was really funny. At that moment, that was where I was just like, oh, wouldn't it be so cute if they were like friends, like at this point. like kind of like what's a good way to describe it? Kind of like a big monster,
an Iron Giant type situation.
Yeah, the Iron Giant type situation. That's exactly what I was looking for in this. I knew it wouldn't happen, but it was so close.
The thing is, though, besides like that scene and like the failed attempts by Nemesis to like kill anybody else, he doesn't really like kill a lot of people. Like he's never like killed any civilians or anything. He hasn't done anything like especially cruel, and
all he did was kill a bunch of cops, and it's like I mean, I'm not gonna complain, Nemesis. You keep doing your job, big buddy.
But it's just the way he kind of, like, LJ realizes he's been spared and, like, drops his pistols, and then Nemesis just kind of, like, nods at him and walks away. Carry on. It's really funny. I think they really nailed Nemesis.
Yeah, and they give him a little, like, STARRSS. He says that right after he's done with the machine gun, and then that's when you go to LJ, and he's just like, whoa, I'm alive! Miraculously! That's like a stand ability.
Being able to dodge bullets?
Oh, just like, all of these bullets go directly around me, as long as there are other targets to hit.
Oh my god. No, don't shoot at him. There's innocent civilians nearby. No, come on, Jojo, shoot at me.
Come on, aim right for my head. And then, like, you, like, go, like, towards the gun, put it directly to your head, and you're just like, you won't fucking do it, and it's, like, a weird angle.
I think we need to talk about the weird... Like, Jill and Alice are so functionally the same that it almost feels pointless sometimes to have two of them.
The only difference between them is that they gave Jill a comically, like, serious personality. Like whenever something is bad happens, she just lights up a cigarette and like drags down the whole fucking thing. And it's like, who is this? Like, did we need another one? I remember being confused a long time ago when I watched this movie, like, as a small child. I remember thinking, Alice and Jill are the same person, right? They act the same.
And because of that, the focus is more on Alice in this movie, which it feels really weird to even have Jill in this at all, because she gets completely sidelined in the storyline. She doesn't really have a lot to do. It's Alice more so who's like helping the child like go through the city and like rescuing her and stuff, and like even like the most indicative scene was like the fire like gas explosion scene where like Jill is completely uncovered from the fire.
It's like Jill, why did you even show up?
Blanket and saves her.
I would like to see an edit of that where she throws the cigarette and then like it like points over to Jill and you like replace some footage of Jill with like a skeleton, like somebody getting burned to like a skeleton, like just just getting fucking engulfed.
I think this is the most apparent in like the final scene where Carlos at some point like Carlos meets up with them. Like they're all like one big group now, and they're going to the helicopter place to transfer the daughter
Carl
and
in
stuff.
this movie.
Yeah, they do call him Carl a time or two, and the big baddie is just this like umbrella corporate guy who's boring, whatever. He's like, I'm Control Nemesis and Alice, we put some stuff in you and now I want to see you two fight. And he just makes them start fist fighting each other.
What a stupid scene. It came out of nowhere, didn't it? Where it was just like, now monsters fight for my amusement.
Like he calls attention to their like similarities. He's like, you two like brother and sister, and you look at them and Nemesis is this big like ugly droopy faced monster with a machine gun tied to his arm, and Alice is just a woman wearing a mesh top.
Also Alice's fucking her outfit was a brave choice. Like, she came out of that fucking umbrella, like, room where she was just wearing that piece of paper, and then she was like, I need to put on something that is going to make people go, whoa. Here I am, Alice.
And she chose, like, bootcut jeans and, like, a shirt with a mesh top, and then she lost one of her pant legs along the way.
And we literally
half of
just
her pant legs because she still had the bottom part.
That's right.
I don't think either of us realized, like, ever figured out when that happened. Like, we know, like, generally, like, where it could. We can't, like, say specifically, can?
I know it must have happened before the graveyard scene, because I remember Jill and Alice walking side by side, like, towards the camera in the graveyard scene, and they both had exposed thigh, and I was like, huh.
And they were, like, holding hands, and they were just like, I'm lesbo, you better be.
I just think that, it's not a deep intellectual movie. There's a lot of stupid stuff in it, but it's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah, the first movie, like, I don't think it's as funny. I remember this movie a lot more clearly. It made me chuckle, quite a bit.
There's a lot of leading into the cheese factor of it, like the B movie, like just like, action horror kind of thing is just like, let's go nuts with it, which like Resident Evil the games like do that quite a bit. So I think that it makes it worthwhile for the movie to have gone in this way. It's not technically good, but it's sure is a hell of a lot of fun.
No,
it's a fun movie.
I like how it ends because, again, it offers more sequel potential. Towards the last, like, I said that the fist fighting scene was the last scene, but it's really not. There's, like, at least, like, 3 scenes after that, and it's at that point you're like, oh my god, where are we still going? Because the bad guy's been blown or eaten by zombies, and everyone's flown off to safety.
Nemesis has a you go I say moment. He literally does have like an Iron Giant thing at the end.
Yeah, he and Alice have such a connection that Alice like can't bear to kill him, and they help each other out. And
he looks at his little eye, and it's just a cute little like human eye.
It's a beautiful baby blue.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little baby blue eye peeking out of this ugly fucking, like, leather face mask.
Well, they, the helicopter that they're escaping in, it, like, crashes, and all the other characters seemingly vanish. Now, there is kind of a like, little news report, like, catching you up on, like, what's happening in the world of Resident Evil. And here's where I gotta call some BS. So the news reporter lady who we mentioned earlier, she's there with them for, like, a pretty good while, and then at one point they even, like, after she dies, she gets eaten by children.
Yeah, she gets eaten by children.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
The child zombies.
That's scary.
That's always fucking scary. I don't care, like, what context. The idea of, like, a bunch of children just being, like, zombies, yeah, just monsters. That's scary.
So they take her camera and they start, like, recording the story, and there's a little news blurb at the end, like a little news montage where, the tape gets out, and, but then suddenly Umbrella kind of swoops in and they're like, no, that tape's fake. It's a hoax. And all the news stations are like, oh, I guess it was fake. It's like, how the fuck do you fake some of that shit? That was, like, the wildest thing. It's so batshit that it can't be fake. There's no way.
God.
No, it was all fake. Like that giant, like, colossal missile that, like, nuked the entire city. That it was just a power plant explosion.
Yeah, like, how do you cover that up?
That's not how a meltdown would happen.
But it does kind of give us a clue at how deep Umbrella has its, like, clutches and, like, the government and, cover up. They're fucking professionals at this. They could cover up anything. They could cover up a whole city being nuked off the planet.
They could cover up my ass. But I think it's an interesting choice that in these movies they just decide to make, like in the games, Umbrella just kind of gets fucked over because they made a big bad decision. So, like, the company itself falls apart, and then you have our wonderful boy Wesker.
Yeah, exactly. He continues on.
He continues the work for his own selfish gain. But in this, it's just like Umbrella, the corporation that controls it all. What does Umbrella want? Who is Umbrella?
They take Alice, and because she's the only one that they find at the helicopter crash, and they put her in a tube and like a what are they? What's it called? Don't tell me. I know what it is. Oh my god, why can't I remember? The thing from Dragon Ball.
Oh, like a fucking, what was it? It was like just like a healing capsule.
There's a name. It's like a regeneration something. No, it's just gonna bother me. Hold on.
The hyperbolic time chamber.
It's not the hyperbolic time chamber. Healing tank dragon. Is it just called the medical machine? No. It's not called the medical.
It's called the medical. So
Isn't it called like a revitalization chamber?
I bet it has like 7 names. You know what? I'm cutting all this out.
No, don't. This is good. Hey, that's good conversation.
Okay, so they put Alice in a Dragon Ball healing tank thing, medical machine, revitalization station.
Revitalization, but also, and like the scientist guys that are just like, look at you. So beautiful.
Yeah, like they're doing shit to her still, and she kind of breaks out and she runs off, and suddenly Jill is there and Carlos, and they're posing as like Umbrella employees, and they're going towards the gate together in a big car, and LJ's there, and he's wearing a fake umbrella. Like, they brought LJ. Like,
yeah, it's so cool.
He's on the team now, too.
It's like he had his moments in Raccoon City where he was a bit goofy, but now he's a professional. It's like Barry. I mean, Barry was always a professional, but he was funny. And, like, this guy was funny, but now he's a professional and he's funny. See? You could start out as a STARRSS member and upgrade yourself by being funny, or you can be funny. Cut this out, Lucy.
So they take Alice away, and it's just like
nothing.
They drive off, and they're like, I know, so what did they do to you, Alice? And she just kind of like stares at Jill, and she's got like cyber eyes, and she's like scanning shit. That's like where the movie ends, them driving away, and it's like, what?
They're just like
she's got like Terminator eye vision, and, like looking at them, and there's just like kill Jill, and Umbrella, like STARRSS members.
Her eye turns into an umbrella.
And the little girl is there too. I forgot.
Yeah, right. Like her dad died, so she's just with them, I guess.
Why? Why couldn't they drop her off at an orphan? Oh wait, that's because she has. Oh shit! I forgot. Like the important thing, they give us a reason for why they made the T virus. The doctor made it. He made it because like his daughter, the girl we see throughout this movie, has like some condition where her like cells are dying all the time. So he gave her, the T virus, which when counteracted with the antidote makes like the perfect mix of like keeping her cells alive.
Do you think the scientist guy created like the little girl AI is just like, well, my daughter's broke.
She's gonna die anyway.
Better make a replacement. Oh fuck! I can save her actually. Oh, never mind.
Well, whew. That I guess there's still more to I mean, where will Alice go next? What's to do next? Are they gonna dismantle Umbrella?
Well, I don't know if you've seen anything from the third movie, but it's about to get a little hot.
Uh-oh.
And by that I mean the temperature. I think the world is like a desert or something.
What?
Whoa. Well,
Resident Evil Apocalypse. That is the next one.
No,
right?
that's the one we just watched.
God, that can't be right. Then what's the third one called? Extinction. That's right. How can they call? Oh my god! Just put a number in there.
I know. I was trying to find which one we were supposed to watch the next. I was like, "Can you put a number?" I can't tell.
Like, would you have a movie series that's like ordered, right? It would not be that bad of an idea to put some numbers in here for us to help us out, because, like, fucking hell, there's like 6 of these. How are we supposed to figure that out by ourselves?
I will mention, if you are curious about this movie, but you're like, man, I gotta watch the first movie first, don't. They literally recap the first movie within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, literally, they will tell you everything but about the hallway. So we covered you on that one.
Yeah, they literally skip over the laser.
What? Like, we covered the lasers. You're welcome. The fucking thing at the beginning of the second movie will tell you everything else.
Oh, well, the sun's coming up. I guess we better get going.
Hey, how do we know? How do we know the sun's coming up?
I can feel it. I have an eternal clock inside my chest. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, let me look at it.
All right, hold on.
Oh! No! That's
oh god! Oh. Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's like Nemesis's heart. It's like the heart that's on the outside. That's like in a little cage.
Okay, we better get back in before the scientists discover that about us. Okay, I've been Rene.
I'm Lou.
I've been Gert.
All right. See ya.
STARRSS.
STARRSS.